So cool. The question was, how does the VanHack process work in terms of applying for jobs?
And there's little feedback after we apply to a job.
Yeah. So what happens is that a lot of people apply for jobs, and our team is working hard to go through all the applications. You definitely now will get a feedback if you passed or not. This is something that we're working on for all the jobs. Sometimes it does take a long time because we get a lot of applicants for a lot of different jobs and we have a small team. So we're working on figuring out ways to do that faster. But basically what happens is someone from VanHack goes over your application. They see if you look like you have the skills. If you do, they send you a coding test if it's for a developer job. If it's for a marketing job or design job, then they just see if you're good or not. And then they schedule a call with the person. If you do a good call where you have the right skills and you speak good English, then you get sent to the company, and then the company decides whether they want to continue the interview process or not. So there is a lot of people who've applied to jobs, and we're working hard to go through all the applications. That's why sometimes it takes a couple of weeks. But we're really working hard to make sure that if you know where you stand. If you get the job, if you don't get the job, at least you know, so that you can understand what happened with that position.
Great, thanks.
Cool, no worries, my pleasure. Any other questions? Nope, clear. Okay, cool. So just to be clear, be active in the group. Stay the group. I think the VanHackathon group will still stay active. A lot of companies will be there. Connect with them, reach out to them, send them direct messages. Apply to their jobs on VanHack as well. And in terms of feedback, VanHack, our team, will go through all the applications and we'll see which one is the best in terms of getting the VanHack Premium. We're going to give 3 VanHack Premiums away for 3 months, and we'll probably get that to you in a couple weeks. A couple weeks maximum. And then also we're going to have voting. So we're going to share all the projects on VanHackathon through everyone, so you can vote and you guys can determine who's the best company that you by popular vote, just for fun. And then of course all the companies will go through their projects that they got and decide who they want to call for an interview. And VanHack will also be going through the projects to see who's the best person that we can recommend for companies. And another good question, Bruno, when will be the next VanHackathon? I can't tell you exactly the date. I think it'll be in October. That's when we had the last hackathon, like last year was in October. So we think we're going to do every April and October for the VanHackathon. But the next event that we'll do a virtual conference, which will probably be in July or August, probably July. Will be a virtual conference between European and Canadian companies that are hiring from abroad, where you'll be able to see interviews with these companies like we've done before. I don't know if anyone here remembers Brazil-Canada Connect. Does anyone remember that? I don't know if anyone here was with us when we did the Brazil-Canada Connect conference. Probably something like this, or maybe the Canada Summit conference last November. I don't know if anyone remembers this. But something like this. So we'll have webinars, we'll be interviewing companies, probably like HR directors and different types of people who are working at these companies. That'll be in July or August. So, and it'll be free again, of course. So yeah, that'll be really cool. Cool. So yeah, I guess that's it. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Please.
The sound was cutting. How will the process be? Like we send the projects to VanHack platform. The companies will check, analyze, and they will contact us, or VanHack will contact us if it proceeds.
I think depends on the company. Some companies they are happy to reach out to you directly. Other companies ask VanHack to reach out. But yeah, we will reach out to you. We will reach out, or someone will reach out to you if you were chosen to be interviewed. And again, I think the best strategy is to apply to the jobs on the VanHack job board that you're interested in, and connect with people on Slack that that you worked on their project. Just send them a DM, say, hey, this is my project. This is what I hope you like it. If you have any questions, send me a message. Do everything you can to get in touch with the person, to get them interested, or to know what you're doing. Yeah, so that's really the best thing I can say, is just be proactive about it. Don't wait. Don't just say, okay, I really hope that I get this one job. Apply to many jobs, see where you'll end up, and then eventually you'll find something great. So I think that's the biggest mistake people make, is that they think like, okay, I'm going to apply to 1 or 2 jobs and then I'll just pray that those work out. It's a numbers game when applying to jobs. So you have to apply to many jobs, of course, ones that you're qualified for. Yeah, that's really what's going to happen next. Again, we're going to publish the projects so you can see everyone's work. I saw Maria had a great question. We're going to publish the projects publicly for everyone to see each other's projects, as well as the challenges. If you want to work on another challenge for fun, to get your skills better, that's fine too. We'll probably do that tomorrow, and I'll send that out to everyone via email. Last thing is I'll send everyone a survey for feedback as to how the hackathon went, what you thought, what could be better, what was great, and get some feedback from you guys so we can make it even better next time. It'd be really great if you could help us with this. Take probably 2-3 minutes. And, it's always good for us to understand where we can improve, as well as what we did well, so we can do more of that. And yeah, I guess, again, I'm happy to hang out here as long as you guys have questions. So if anyone else has any questions, please ask.
Okay. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask about the Booking.com. You said they have 50, they look for 50 developers.
Yeah, 30 developers a month, actually. That's
okay.
Yeah, so definitely, no, don't worry. It's no matter what, 50, 30, 100, it's a big number. It's a lot.
What I wanted to ask is that, do you need a EU passport
to
work for them?
No, you don't. So the biggest job we have is the Booking.com job, because it's not one job, it's like 360 jobs. So it's a lot. And another really good thing about this job, or these jobs, is that they are for any back-end developer that works with programming, any programming language other than PHP for over 4 years. So it's very broad. So if you work with .NET, if you work with Ruby, if you work with other things, you can apply to this job and have a good chance of being successful. So one thing that's really important is don't apply directly on the Booking.com website, please, because then VanHack is, we're not part of it, and our job is to find good people and send to companies. So I just recommend you, if you can, I ask you to apply on the VanHack site. I can pull up the job right now, and then also just send me a direct message saying I want to take the coding test. So the first step is to take a coding test, which we send. We sent some of you guys already on Codility, and then afterwards they have a process which I won't get into now. But I will say is that we have a private group. So this is the job for anyone who wants to see it, and just apply there, or and send me a direct message as well, saying I want the coding test, and then I'll send to you. So we actually have a secret, or not a secret, but private Slack channel for Booking.com for all the VanHackers who are doing interviews there. And the really cool thing is that we're all helping each other. So because there's so many jobs, there's 30 jobs a month, that's a lot of jobs, more than we have sent to VanHackers to them. So there's room for everyone. And one really cool thing is that we started doing is we've created a guide that has over 5 pages of content about like different programming questions that they have, different things you should study for the interview, etc., that will help you get prepared. And then in the channel, if every time you have a question, you can just ask, and people there have answered. So they are looking for people, Leonardo, with 4 years or more. So maybe if you're at 3 years and a half, wait 6 months and you can apply. But yeah, that's a great question, and it's definitely a really exciting job. We actually have a VanHacker who was in Amsterdam on Thursday. He's still actually in Amsterdam right now for his final interview. What they do is they fly you to Amsterdam for the final interview to do it in person. So they actually pay for your flight and put you in a hotel. They pay for everything. So you can go there and spend 4 days in Amsterdam and kind of test the city to see if you like it before getting hired there. So it's really cool. And we have another VanHacker who's going there on the 20th of April, and another VanHacker who's going there soon. He hasn't booked his flight yet. So 3 have already passed the last stage. Hopefully the one who was there Thursday gets hired, and we'll have our first success case there. And then we can help other people and kind of have this community help and get more people to be working there. I'm really excited about it because for me, it's like a really cool company, a really cool city. You don't need a visa, and they take anyone who has 4 years or more of back-end experience. So that's a lot of you guys here. And then they're looking for 30 a month, which is crazy. And they said that's only going to go up. So if you're interested, send me a message, apply to the job, and good luck. Yeah, we're all kind of supporting each other.
Where is the headquarters?
Amsterdam, in Holland. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and they're just looking for back-end developers from VanHack. If you are a front-end developer or a designer like Guilherme and Jose, feel free to apply directly. But please,
I'm a designer.
Developer. Yeah, cool. If you're a back-end developer, please apply through VanHack. I'd really appreciate it. Usually recruiting companies don't say who the job is for, but we are now because they're part of that VanHackathon. But yeah, if you're a designer or a front-end developer, then just go ahead and apply on their website. But if you are a back-end developer, then you have to do a special VanHack coding test to work with them directly. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good question, Hugo. Yeah, it's in Amsterdam in Holland. It's a pretty nice place. Cool. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah. Ilya, this company in Holland you just said, do they have opportunity for Java develop, for example?
Yes. Java, .NET, Ruby, Python.
Doesn't matter the language.
Doesn't matter because they work with Perl, and they know a lot of people don't know Perl, so they're happy to take any programming language other than PHP, and then train you to work with Perl. And so it's very broad, which is really cool.
Is the same opportunity on this link? They're just passed for everybody?
Yeah, 210.
Job opportunity ID 210, right?
That's right, Renato, yes.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ilya, you've shared a news about visa in Canada.
Yes.
That's going to be easier.
Yes.
Is it going to happen in June?
June 12th, yes. June 12th is the new Canada Day. Usually, does anyone know when Canada Day is usually? Does anyone know?
I don't.
Who here wants to move to Canada but doesn't know when is Canada Day? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
It's April 4, I guess.
April 1? My God. No. Just kidding. It's not. July 1st.
Is there any?
July 1st is
Yes. Good. Anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. July 1st, Canada Day.
Is there any details on the new visa system?
The new visa, yes. So that's what I'm about to talk about. We don't have many details, unfortunately. They haven't released anything other than the fact that it's going to be between 2 weeks and 1 month for the new visa to be released, which is super cool, of course. And so, it's going to happen on July 12th, which is, I guess, today's April 10th, so April, May, June, like 2 months, right? 2 months from now, right? More or less. Yeah, May, June. Yeah, 2 months. So that's really awesome. And we'll have, I don't know how exactly it'll work, specifically the details, but I know that everyone in Canada is talking about it. I don't know if you guys saw Justin Trudeau, who's the Prime Minister of Canada. You guys probably knew that. Wrote a post on Quora about it, why people should come to Canada. And it's like something the government's really taking seriously. So it's not just like this thing that they said they're going to do and then they're not. It's like a thing, especially with what's going on in the US. Canada feels like they're in a good position to attract people to work in Canada. So it's great news for everyone, and definitely something we'll have more details about and share on the VanHack blog, etc. soon. Sorry, guys, had some noise here. Cool. Okay. What's up? Any other questions? Anything else?
Yeah, I can you hear me?
Yeah, Rizal, what's up?
Okay. Yeah. I kind of have a comment actually.
Yeah.
I read many of the challenges. I liked some. Some were reasonable and realistic for 48 hours. So my comment is that for the challenge that we picked, I think they kind of set the bar a little high from the time perspective. There was no way a small team that just knew each other a few hours before the start of the hackathon could complete the minimum requirements that they posted. So, well, I think perhaps this was made on purpose, but there were some, there were some frustrating moments where we were writing the code and at the same time thinking, well, and discussing, well, this needs more time to look solid and professional, but we don't have the time. So I guess perhaps for future editions would be a good idea to perhaps mention that to the companies, right? To set up realistic expectations. I know that perhaps part of what they are judging is your ability to work under pressure and under tight deadlines and all of that. I'm not whining, right? But I think that's something that to keep in mind at least.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for
it.
sure, well.
So thanks.
Yeah, good comment. It's always hard to create challenges. I think this is something that companies always ask me, what's a good challenge? How do I create one? And it's difficult. I always tell them to have things that are open, because this way that people can be creative and kind of see what you can do in the short amount of time that you're given. And sometimes that does lead to unreasonable things. And so it's hard. I will give that feedback back to Farfetch, which is I think the challenge you're talking about, and see what they say. Yeah, I think Andre, or you should talk to Andre. I think that's probably the best, is if you just directly message him and tell him how you feel, because he's working there. And just so you know, he's not like part of the HR team. He's actually a VanHacker who's doing this as a volunteer for because he likes the community and wants to give back. So just talk to him. He's very open. He's a very nice guy. So if you haven't already, connect with him directly and just chat with him about it.
Yeah, I chatted with him. He's okay. But yeah, it was just a comment. I actually like the challenge. Me and my team, we had a great time, and we discussed a lot. We came up with some good ideas. I really liked it. But I feel that I feel that we would have taken a greater advantage of it if it would have been a little more realistic or a little shorter, and then we would have been able to perhaps show better our abilities and our knowledge of deeper things like architecture, like code design. But just a comment. Perhaps I'll reach out to him, because he's okay. He's all right.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, and he's definitely here because he's looking for 16 more .NET developers. And so if you do that, we'll also of course send your resume to the company, and then hopefully during the actual interview process with them, you'll be able to really show all those things in detail.
Oh yeah, and the last comment is, well, thank you. I got to know a very talented and skilled team of developers. I enjoyed this latest 48 hours working with them. So I guess I think I've made some new friends and really good developers. So great, this was awesome.
Cool, that's awesome. That's really what it's about, is connections. What we say is connecting cultures through code is our slogan for VanHack, and that's really cool, Israel. Especially having you from Colombia. I don't know if there's anyone else from Colombia, but it's tell all your friends in Colombia about us. We want to expand all over.
I am doing that. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you. Okay, cool. We have someone else, Jose Maria. Cool, awesome, sweet. Yeah, and I think we have someone else from Taiwan, Mac. Right, from Taiwan. Hey, Mac. Really cool. Hello. In other countries, I think Ivan is from Switzerland. Hey, Ivan. And different places. So it's really cool. And I think that's really the core of what we're trying to do, is connecting different people from around the world that are interested in this idea of working abroad and traveling and knowing different cultures. So it's really nice for you to say that, Israel. I'm glad you had fun and enjoyed it. And guys, as well, if there's negative things, please share those. Maybe not publicly in front of everyone, although I can take it, no problem. But please tell me at least. Yeah, Cool. Any other questions, comments? Can be, again, about visas, jobs, whatever it is you guys are curious about. Happy to answer that question. And Renato, yes, I do remember Lillian from your direct message. Cool.
Do you have other designer jobs positions on VanHack?
Yeah, we do have some designer jobs. We have one for DigiGames, a game design company. You can actually see all our jobs here in the job board. So just go to the job board and search design. Actually, I think, yeah, just as a keyword. So soon the job board will be better. Right now we don't have the a way for you to search by area, or you can just do by keyword. So thank you to all the designers who submitted their application or their project to redesign our job board, which definitely does need a help, which I'm sure you agree with.
Actually, I helped on a project
cool.
with development, not as a...
Oh no, that's fine. Don't worry. Other people did, and we'll have a new job board soon. But I'm trying to say is that you can search through all the design jobs on VanHack just on the job board.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Bruno asks here, for Brazilians, easier, in which country harder? Cool, Bruno. So there actually isn't any specific country that's easier or harder outside of South America for Brazilians to get jobs that I know of. I think if you want to work in Chile or you want to work in Argentina, there's the Mercosur, which I think makes it easier for you to work in other countries in South America. But for like North America and Europe, there's no one country that's easier. I guess in general, not just for people from a specific country like Brazil, but in general, the countries that are easier to get work visas are Germany, Holland, and Ireland, which are three countries that we have more and more jobs from because I'm here in Germany and we're expanding VanHack into Europe. But also soon to be added to that list will be Canada because of the fast track global skills visa. So, Bruno, to answer your question, there's no one specific country, but those are the four countries that I think have a lot of jobs and few restrictions on visa. Another country that I'm seeing more, what was it? Yeah, I think those four. Yeah, those four really are. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Switzerland. So Switzerland is a country that has a lot of jobs, and Ivan, maybe you can, if you want to share, you can. Ivan's a recruiter from Switzerland. They have a lot of jobs in Switzerland. Unfortunately, it's mostly for EU visa holders, but there's a lot of remote jobs as well. So, for example, Nectar, which is a company that was participating, as well as Fairnet, two Swiss companies that are hiring people remotely. And there's a lot of Swiss companies that are doing this because of the visa restrictions and just like so many jobs for so few developers. If you do have an EU visa, like an Italian or a Portuguese passport, then I definitely recommend you checking out Switzerland. Super high paying jobs, really good quality of life. It's actually the best country in the world, according to some studies. So yeah, those are the countries. Federico asked,
with English?
Sorry?
Can I get job only with English?
Yes. Yes.
On Europe?
Yes. Some companies in Germany ask for German, but most is okay. Most, like all the jobs on VanHack, they'll say like you can work in Europe with speaking English. Like of course in Ireland is English, and then Holland, everyone speaks English, and then Germany, most companies in Berlin speak English. Switzerland as well. Some different, but like Nectar, for example, English. All companies that are VanHackathon, you can work with speak English.
About that, you just mentioned something about the new Canadian visa, but from what I've seen on the VanHack community, I didn't know that, but it looks like the Canadian visa right now is extremely difficult to get, right?
It is. Right now it is. And that's why they're changing it, because they've realized that it's a difficult visa and it's unnecessarily difficult. And the need for talent is so high that companies basically were complaining to the government for years. And then with the new election of the Liberal government with Trudeau coming to power last year, he's worked on changing it and now it's actually coming into place. So as all things with government, it took a little bit longer than we expected. I thought it would be ready for the beginning of 2017. but hey, it's going to be ready in June, and that's happening in 2 months. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, and I understand that in the case of Switzerland, those restrictions are also coming from the government, right?
Yeah. Switzerland is a country that's very selective as to who they bring in. So yes, they actually only it's like really difficult if you're. I think there's a quota, like there's a number of people that they bring in who are outside of EU, and then outside of Switzerland in general. So it's pretty tight. Like I was there, and I don't know, it feels like the perfect place. It's very beautiful, very like peaceful, very nice country. So they want to preserve this, and if they have too many people, then it kind of is not so good, unfortunately.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, whereas I think Canada is actually a little bit different, where right now we're very much like, shit, we need developers and designers and tech people fast, and we have plenty of room for everyone, so come on in. And I think that's going to be really exciting. Yeah. Cool. All right. There's some questions here. No, I thought I saw questions. Cool. Someone else had a question that they want to ask.
Yes. Can you hear me, Ilya?
Yes, Wonder, I can.
Okay. From your perspective of view, which is more prosper in terms of tech jobs? As per your experience, actually, you see Canada or Europe. Which one is in the higher position in terms of prosperity?
So, which company, which place has more jobs? With like in terms of number, or
in terms of development career?
It's hard to say. I mean, I don't think I think they're both good. I don't think there's one that's better than the other. We strategically moved to Europe this year because we saw such a huge need for talent here in Europe. Canada has 30 million people. It's a pretty small place. So there's definitely a need, but there's not that many people or jobs compared to the entire continent of Europe, which is the world's second largest market. So it's kind of hard to compare the two. I think it's a personal choice. I mean, as a technical professional, you guys are living in the best age ever. There's jobs, like way more jobs than people, and that is actually only going to get worse or better for you. So the trend is looking good for you guys. So if you want a remote job, like we have VanHackers who are living in Thailand, making $50 an hour, working on TopTal and like, living like kings on the beach in Thailand. We have VanHackers that are working for Amazon in Vancouver. We have VanHackers that are working at different, companies in Europe. It's like PayPal, etc. In Europe, different companies around the world. So really, I would look at it like, okay, I'm not going to focus on one country. I'm just going to find what I really like to do, and then I'm going to find the companies, no matter where, or maybe in these 3-4 countries that I'm interested in that have those things. So that's the way I would look at it. I don't think it's one versus the other. I think there's opportunity everywhere. It's just what you wanted to do, and the world is your oyster, as the saying goes. If you're a software engineer who speaks English.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. No worries. Cool. Other questions? Please don't be shy, guys.
Oh, sorry, I've got one more. I joined the meeting late. I'm sorry. I do not know if you mentioned what's the time expected for the companies to have a feedback and to show them.
Cool. Okay. So one thing about feedback, companies will not give detailed feedback on each project. It's just unreasonable to ask this of them. What they will do is they'll find the people that they like, and they will ask those people for interviews. Each company will have different timelines. I would say between 1 to 3 weeks is probably reasonable, but companies are busy depending on how many submissions they got. I think the smaller companies will probably be faster, and the bigger companies will be slower, as always. Yeah, that's really all we can say right now. It's just so hard. Like before we had other VanHackathons, we had one company that had 48 submissions, and they spent like 40 hours looking through all those submissions, and they didn't hire anyone. And they were really pissed. They were really mad at us because they spent all this time. Wow. And it's developer time that is expensive. So since then, we've really been cautious of not making companies do anything. And therefore we can't promise that they will give you feedback, because if we do, then they will have to we will have to bug them and tell them, please give us feedback. And and then it just becomes like a not good experience for them and then for us, and then that makes them not want to work with VanHack anymore, which is what happened with this company from the first hackathon. So yeah, it's hard. I know, like, you guys did a lot of work and put it in, and it's hard to like maybe not get feedback. I know that sucks, but it just, otherwise it just wouldn't be possible to do an event like this. What I will say is that VanHack will go through all the projects and we'll give feedback on each one. So like that, our team will do this, but it won't be like super detailed feedback on your code. It'll just be like 4 or 5 words and sentences, because it just would take us a long time otherwise. There's almost 100 projects.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a sensitive thing, and I know it's like maybe disappointing to some people, and totally understand. We just have to look at it from a company point of view. They come to VanHack and the VanHackathon to find good people quickly. And if we're not giving them that experience of finding good people quickly, then they're not going to come back, and there won't be any companies here. And I think that'd be bad for everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
So about one question about that case that you were mentioning before. So you said this company got 48 submissions, let's say times 4 developers for each submission, so almost 200 developers. So not a single one met the requirements?
Yeah, they're a really hard company to get hired at. The company's called Axiom Zen. Yeah, it's a very difficult company to get hired at. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So they have a very strict hiring process, and I don't know many event hackers who've gotten hired there, or any event hackers that have gotten hired there. Yeah, it's hard. But there's other companies that are hiring a lot more that are, Farfetch. We have 4 people working there, although it is a very hard company to get hired in as well, etc. So yeah, it's just life, I guess. Some companies are very strict with what they're looking for. They're also looking for like really modern technologies, like super advanced people in React and Node and stuff. So like that's rare. So that's, I think, why as well. I don't think it's because the people who are applying were bad professionals. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, guys. Any other questions? We talked about visas. We talked about process. One thing. Yeah.
And where I can find projects to collaborate on Python.
Okay. Where you can find projects to collaborate on in Python. That's a good question. What we'll do, there was a Python machine learning challenge for a company called IX2. I don't know who here has done it, but it's a really, really cool startup here in Berlin. They're hiring 3 people, machine learning, Python backend and front end React. Highly recommend you check them out. But what we'll do is we will open the projects up again and make them public so you can see them, the challenges, I should say. And then you'll be able to work on a Python challenge that they have and collaborate with people. You can just talk in the VanHackathon Slack group, see if anyone wants to work with you, or you can work on it by yourself. So we'll have that open tomorrow. Cool. I think I should mention this. We are having a VanHack Premium sale. I haven't said much about this, but we have this if you guys are interested. For us, the VanHack Premium, we always say whenever you're ready, join. If you don't need it, don't worry. Our work is to help you get hired. But if you do need some help with English, with your resume, with your cover letter, your LinkedIn profile, making sure that's all perfect and ready to go, we have 32 hours of English practice. And now the price is $45 instead of $65, or $200 instead of $300 for 6 months. It's a pretty good deal, in my opinion. And you also get a money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you can always get your money back. So the link, just gonna put it here. If anyone's interested. Also, if you have any questions, just send me a DM. So I don't think you'll find anywhere else in the world 32 hours of English practice with native professors for $45. I recommend you checking that out. Worst case, you just stop and get your money back. You can cancel anytime. And I'm sure there's some VanHack Premium members here that can also share their experience, like I think Bruna, maybe some other people.
The interview practice is very good.
Cool.
They are very picky about the errors you commit. And really helps you to get that confidence to speak, because everyone gets nervous when speaking another language. So it's very good because you just practice getting that courage to speak in public.
Yeah, Leonardo, I think that's the right word you said, is confidence. That's really what we're about, is giving you the confidence to go get that job and change your life and move abroad. So yeah, I think if I could sum up VanHack Premium in one word, it would be confidence. Nice. That's very true. Cool. All right. So guys, I guess we're coming up to almost an hour here, and I have to go to sleep. It's 1 a.m. in Germany, where I am. But I just want to say thanks, guys, for you to being here, participating in the hackathon. I'm excited to see the results of the projects and see what happens. Again, go network, connect with these people, send them direct messages. Just be. There's this expression: squeaky wheel gets the oil, which means the person, the wheel on the car, the one that's making noise, is the one that gets fixed. If you wait for a company or a job to come to you, you're going to be waiting a long time. I don't know if you guys have seen the success case that we have of Bruno Silva, who's a designer who's working right now in exactly. The designer who's working in Dublin right now, Bruno. He applied to 1,000 jobs before getting hired in Dublin, and his English was not very good, but he really worked hard on it and got his English better, and now he's working and living in Dublin. We met a couple months ago in person. It was really cool. So you can check that on our YouTube channel. But what I'm trying to say with that is that, it's a journey. It takes a long time. It's not easy. You're changing your entire life. It's a big thing, but it's definitely possible. We've helped 136 people now get hired abroad or remotely, which is pretty awesome. And our goal for this year is 250. So I hope you guys will be part of that 250. And yeah, if you have any other questions or anything like that, I'm going to be pretty active in the VanHackathon Slack group for the next few probably for this week. And then afterwards, I'll go back to the premium group where I'm the most active and give the most personal attention to people. But I think the VanHackathon Slack group will still keep going. We'll still have a lot of information. We'll always be posting jobs there. So yeah, I really, thank you guys for being here. And we'll do this again soon. We'll have a virtual conference, keep things rolling. Let's excited to see where all of you guys end up working. So again, if you need anything, just get in touch with me, direct message. I'll be online for next 15, 20 minutes. Last question. Yeah, please.
Think Fake, there are a lot of jobs on their site. Can I get in touch with them on VanHack, or does it matter if I go?
I prefer, better through us. Always better through us. So if you could apply to their jobs on our site on the VanHack job board, or just send me a message.
Their jobs on VanHack.
Cool. Yeah, we do have some jobs. It just doesn't say the name. Just send me a message, Hugo, and we'll talk. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ilya.
Cool. Yeah. No worries. Cool, guys. I hope you had fun. I'll send out the survey again about how the hackathon went, for things that we did well, things that we didn't do well, that we can get better. And yeah, we'll be hanging out more on Slack for the rest of the time for a long time. I don't know how long, until you get hired, and past that as well. And yeah, really, thank you for all your hard work, guys. Really appreciate it. And have a good night. Enjoy your Sundays. And if you have any questions, if you want to work at Booking, send me a direct message. Or any other job, of course, send me a direct message. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Have a nice sleep.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.